Hi guys, how y'all doing today? It's time to Periscope with me, so hopefully you're going to be joining. Hi, hey, I got some of my favorites coming back. I'm loving my little Periscope group here. It's so much fun. I can just count on y'all to be with me. And I am so proud of you for just putting yourself in a position of learning and growing and participating in this fun new adventure that I'm on, which is to Periscope with you twice a day. Thank y'all for joining, Matt and Kim and Tracy and Brandon, and I just really appreciate it, and I really do love talking to y'all twice a day. It's not a chore at all, and even though it's been an addition to my schedule, I'm glad that you get to hear me, Felipe. Oh, good. Glad you like my makeup today. I didn't rush. I actually took my time today to do my makeup a little bit better. Hey, thanks, Brittany. I appreciate that. Thank y'all for the compliments. So sweet. Thank you, Wendy. Y'all are just making my day. That's great. You know, wouldn't it be great if we could just have lots of compliments all day, every day? But that's not real life, is it? It's just not the world that we always live in. Hey, good to see you, Coxie Mama. I love y'all. Love y'all over there. Love all of my Texan friends and everybody from all over the world that joined me on Periscope. It's great to be with you. I am Trina Titus Lozano, and I'm a counselor. And I'm a Texan, yeah, and I'm an ordained Christian minister, and I love giving you guys advice. So I'm here to do that twice a day at noon and 9. So today I am talking about anger. I started it last night. If y'all missed it, then catch the replay, okay? Because I'm still talking about that. This is something that I have talked about in my office so much this week, and I'm just like, you know what? I got to really bring this to Periscope so my Periscope audience can get a handle on anger. So many people are so angry, and very oftentimes we give ourselves a right to be angry, and in reality, I don't blame you for being angry. I don't blame you for being mad. I look at stories and I read people's life histories that they write for me in the office. And I mean, seriously, caffeine makes it worse. True. And alcohol makes it worse. So healthy eating will help you stay in control for sure. But you know what? People just have such deep wounds from difficult childhoods, from a lot of pain. Oh, glad you're putting that in practice today. That is awesome. So I'm just going to keep building. And some of these things are things that you might know. You thought you mastered it, but the other day I blew it with my brother. I angered and sinned, but then I repented. That's awesome. You don't have a right to live in your flesh. You know what? It doesn't benefit you, and then you feel horrible about it, don't you? Oh my goodness. When we let our feelings take over, we end up feeling horrible about that. But thank goodness that Jesus just really helps us to be redeemed and to start over. And you know, it helps us to be humble and to know, you know what? I am not perfect, but through Jesus, I can be restored, and I can continue. Sorry for the interruptions. I have to block trolls as I'm talking to you guys all the time, but I don't mind. I think it's fun. Hi, Felipe. We both went to CFNI together. Oh, cool. That's so good. You guys can connect on Periscope. So I love CFNI, and I love CFNI students. Wouldn't it be nice if just going to CFNI would make you this awesome person that you're never angry? That would be so awesome. But it's not necessarily the case, right? But we have got to stop making excuses. Okay, y'all? Don't make any more excuses. Stop being offended. Stop feeling like you have a right to be angry. Very often that is pride, because you're angry is saying something like, I am so much better than you because I would never do that. I would never do that to you, and I can't believe that you're doing that to me. I am so much better than you. And so sometimes it's that prideful attitude that will make us feel like, I know what I'm talking about, and I have a right to be angry. And you know what? It only reveals the fact that we need to be humbled, and we need to know that it's only through the Lord that any of us have the power, through the power of the Holy Spirit. And as we submit ourselves to the Holy Spirit, that He will do this. I said some of the anger sources last night on my Periscope last night, so y'all catch the replay for the sources, okay? But right now, I'm much more frustrated, especially when I watch the news. Oh, it's true. Anything that we don't have control over, we can really feel frustrated because we're out of control. That's why we need to release our rights, and that's why you need to separate your goals and desires. Remember this? I wrote it out for y'all so that you could see it today. So separate your goals and desires. When you feel out of control, it makes you mad. And guess what, y'all? There's not very much that you can control, but you can control your anger because we are personally responsible to take the responsibility and to make it a goal. I refuse to have out of control anger. That's right, Crystal. So you guys have to go back to this and remember this as in regards for your anger. Teach your kids this. Teach your kids this, goals and desires. It's your kids' desire that they get everything that they want. But it's their goal that they're going to be grateful for what they have. It's their goal that they're going to obey mom and dad. It's their goal that they can have a good attitude. But when we model this, it's going to really help our kids also understand this. Now remember, goals and desires. I made another little list here, okay? So think about it. Think about your goals and desires. What are you responsible for? I'm responsible for my own attitudes. I'm responsible to stay positive, to have joy. I am responsible for that. That's a goal. So separate your goals and desires. My attitude, to stay positive, to have joy, okay? Because that comes from the Holy Spirit. It's not about happenings. It's not about circumstances. So don't let your practice makes progress. That's awesome, Brittany. But don't give yourself permission to be angry. Don't give yourself permission to be frustrated. Don't give yourself permission to give into those feelings. Don't give yourself permission to do that. It is your goal that you will have self-control. It's your goal that you will release your rights to the Holy Spirit. It is your goal that you will be faithful, that you will be hardworking, that you will control your tongue, that you will have a healthy lifestyle. These are your goals. And y'all, you're not a victim to your feelings. You get to choose your feelings. You're not a victim to your feelings. Okay, just gotta say that again. You are not a victim of your feelings. You have the power. So I feel the difference between anger and being firm is self-control. Oh, so true. It's okay to be firm, but it's very different than being angry. So angry is when it gets that out of control and you've got that adrenaline rush. So if you find yourself being angry, it's probably because you're not separating your goals and desires and because you're letting your feelings be in that number one spot. Okay. I'm high on Jesus. If you don't know Jesus, that's awesome because that's where you can really get this ultimate high that's not just temporary. Okay, so never done drugs or alcohol in my life. I don't need it. Okay, so anyway, feelings creates your action, creates your identity. This is the wrong order, y'all. This is the wrong order. So when you're feeling mad, I get it, you're feeling mad, but put it in the right order. You're feeling mad. But take that to the bottom. Don't lose control because your identity is, I'm a person that chooses to have self-control. I choose to submit myself to the Lord. I choose to release my rights. I choose to be patient. That's my identity. Because of my identity, a woman of God, a man of God, okay? Then that will create my action, which is I will control my tongue. I will control my impulse to be out of control. I'm still upset, no doubt about it. But if I let my feelings be in this number one spot, that will get you in trouble every single time. But you move your feelings down to the bottom, they're still there, but they don't drive the bus. Your identity drives the bus. Remember this, you're not a victim of your feelings. So it's much easier when you've grown up with a model of, like I did, of parents and grandparents that modeled self-control, that modeled not standing up for their rights, that modeled not being angry. Yelling was never in my home growing up. My dad was firm sometimes, but he never yelled. My mom didn't yell. My grandparents didn't yell at them. So when you see that you are really yelling a lot and you're giving yourself permission to yell, you got to know it's not going to work. Your feelings are driving the bus and they've got to be dealt with, okay? That's right. You're the owner of your feelings. I'm not a victim of my feelings. I am the owner of my feelings. I take personal responsibility for my feelings. Now, oftentimes, the house is quite not like bottling emotions. But well, your emotions are still there. We're not ignoring the fact that their feelings are there. But when there's anger, you can't even communicate your feelings correctly. So bottling it up is shutting down. How would I feel if my mom got mad at me the way I do at my daughter? Oh, interesting. That does put things into perspective. Okay, exactly. The golden rule we want to do unto others is we would have them do unto us. So when we're out of control and we treat others poorly, we certainly know that we don't like it when other people treat us poorly. Yeah, it is all about honor. Oftentimes people are upset because they're missing these 3 core needs. And if you don't have these 3 core needs being met, love, significance, and security, you're going to find that you're angry for some reason. Okay, so you're angry, and if you've got that self-pity because you have felt unloved, or you're currently feeling unloved, or you feel insignificant, or you feel insecure, then that's going to drive the hurt and the wounds, and hurting people hurt people. So Jesus is the one that ultimately fulfills these 3 core needs: love, significance, and security. So as you really count on Jesus to fill that void in your life and in your heart, to help you understand your value, then you'll find it much easier to deal with anger. How do you deal with pessimism? You know what? The only way you can deal with it is for you yourself to determine, I will make it a goal that I will be positive. So if the people around you are pessimistic, your husband, your parents, your teenagers, your whatever, your employees, your employers, if they're pessimistic, you continue to be optimistic, because it is contagious. And pretty soon, your wife is pessimistic. Okay, well, you know what? You continue to be positive and don't feed into that. Don't try to talk her out of it, because if she's going to be that way, there's nothing you can do about it. But you can say, you know, I choose to look at things differently. You know, the cup's not half empty, it's half full. And I think it's great. It's a perfect amount for us to be able to, be hydrated. The cup's half full, it's not half empty. You know, hey, if the cup was all the way full, you know, maybe there's more to spill. Just figure it out. Happiness does rub off on each other. You try to talk her out of it. Yeah, that's a mistake. Because when you try to talk people out of it, is there a healthy level of sarcasm, Trina, or is it all unhealthy? Sarcasm is mostly unhealthy. You know, if it is very much a part of your humor and that's understood by everyone, that can be a lot of fun. Humor's fun. But sarcasm is normally hurtful, and it's usually intended to be hurtful. So sarcasm, it is. And oftentimes, I heard my grandma say this one time. She said someone got really angry at her at the bus station, or the train station rather. And I was with her, and this lady was just being mean to my grandma. And my grandma turned, and my grandma didn't get angry, because my grandma, she understands this principle. In other words, you don't have the power to make me mad, because I own that and I choose that. So most people would say, that lady at the train, she made me so mad. Well, this lady was trying to make my grandma mad, but she didn't know who she was dealing with. And my grandma turns in response to this lady that was working at the train station. She said, "Is it your intention to make me mad?" So funny. Then she said, "Is it your intention to make me feel badly about myself right now?" And that was the way that my grandma responded to this lady. This lady was so upset because my grandma had bought too much luggage. Well, we didn't read the fine print. We didn't know that she was only allowed 1 piece of luggage. So we're fine to adapt. We just didn't know the rules. But this lady was being mean and was really trying to put my grandma down. And my grandma's response just made this lady quiet. She was speechless. She was all this angry, and then all of a sudden she was speechless. So I think that's a great response. If someone's getting really mad at you, you can just say, yeah, luggage like what we carry emotionally. Hey, your wife can watch the replay. So, and by the way, welcome to all my replay watchers who may be watching right now. Y'all keep giving me hearts, by the way, because I want lots of hearts and lots of love, and I'm just giving you love by showing up twice a day. But anger is something that you guys got to know you have the power to control, okay? So if it's, I was at a bakery one time not too long ago, and I wanted to buy the cupcakes. Well, it was a small little bakery, and I had decided that I didn't have quite enough food for a party that I was having. So I just stopped by this bakery, which was right around the corner, and I wanted to buy 12 cupcakes, okay? Well, they happened to only have 12 cupcakes. And so the lady, and it was right at lunchtime, right around lunchtime. So the lady behind the counter tells me, "I'm not allowed to sell you all of our cupcakes." And I was like, "Okay, but you're a bakery and they're for sale, right?" And she said, "Yes, but it's the beginning of lunchtime and I can't sell out of them." And I was like, okay, well, how many can I buy? She said, well, I can only sell you like 2 or 3 or maybe 4, but not all 12. And I just went, so you could sell me 4? So if I give money to the people in line and ask them to buy each 4 cupcakes, if different people purchase them, could I get them that way? And she's like, no, it's a policy. I really can't sell all of my cupcakes to you right now. And I was like, I was so mad. My party was going to start in 30 minutes. I stopped by the bakery to buy extra cupcakes. They're right there. And she's telling me I can't buy them, but they're for sale. Do y'all feel it? Do y'all feel it? I was getting so mad. And I was like, okay, you know what? I'll take the 4 cupcakes and I'll stop at another bakery. And I left that place and I was ticked off. And then I thought, you know what? I'm not going to let this ruin my day. I'm not going to let this ruin my party. I'm just going to take these 4 cupcakes home because at this point, I did not have time to stop anywhere else. I'm just going to take these home. I'm going to cut them in half for people who want a smaller portion, and I probably will end up with enough food. And you know what? I did end up with enough food, and it was okay. But I'm telling you what, that lady made me so mad because she wouldn't sell me the cupcakes that were for sale. But here's the idea, is by the time I got to the parking lot, I made the decision, I'm not going to be mad. I'm really mad because she told me no. I'm mad because it seemed unfair. And I was mad because I was in a hurry and she wasn't selling me the cupcakes. But for me to let that ruin my day and then for me to get sarcastic, oh, trust me, I wanted to be so sarcastic with her. I was just feeling it. I was feeling it starting to well up within me the way that it does. It's like the anger thermometer just goes whoop. And I was just like, okay. And I thought, Trina, you got to submit to her right now because she's in this moment, the authority. She's telling you no. She has the power to tell you no. So I was like, okay, I guess I'll just take 4 cupcakes then. And I left and I got to tell y'all, I was ticked off. But you know what? At the end of the day, I'm so glad that I didn't leave that parking lot with that angry attitude because it would have ruined my whole party and it really would have ruined my whole day. So you guys just have to know that we are in control. It's okay to let people know when they are hurting you verbally. I can tell, you know what? That is a great question, Wendy. Thanks for bringing that up. You know, one of my clients had somebody being really mean to them. And so she was showing me all of these text messages she got. This person was being so mean. I mean, using the F word and putting her down and just being like rude and mean. And probably because they were a hurting person. And so in their anger, because they didn't get their own way, they wanted to hurt right back. And I just told her, don't let them hurt you like that. You know, block their number, delete the messages, don't respond back. But I don't want her to become a bitter, angry person. Yeah, or a doormat. No, we don't do that. In fact, that's another thing. It's your desire that nobody abuses you. It would be a desire. You don't have the power to make sure that doesn't happen, especially as a child. But as an adult, it's a goal. It's a goal to say, I will not stay in a relationship with people who are abusing me, okay? I'm going to block their number. I'm going to walk away. I'm going to walk out of the room. Now, I'm not going to become a bitter, angry person, but I'm not going to allow myself to be devalued that way. And why? Because you know your identity. So when you know your identity and you realize your value, that sets a standard for how you're going to be treated. So I can choose that I'm always going to be a respectable person. That's my goal. It's my desire that people will respect me. So I don't have the power to make everyone respect me, but I do have the power to decide, because of my identity, I am going to be a respectable person. And so that's the way you handle that situation. Really great question, Wendy. Thank you all for the feedback today. I'm going to continue talking about anger tonight because it's a big topic. Not quite done with it. Still have some other stuff left to say. So I will be back at 9 o'clock tonight, y'all. And if you need to catch my replay, go ahead and catch that. Keep sending hearts, and you can even send hearts on the replay. Thank you guys for joining me. I love my Periscope audience, and I'll see y'all at 9. Hey, have a great day. Bye. For 7 o'clock for all my California people. Yeah. 9 in Texas. Love you guys. Have a great afternoon. Bye.